Okay, let me introduce my team. Dr. Basant, assistant professor, is there by the side of me. And then I do have the fellows Sagar,
Hello.
Vijay, and Akash. And the rest of the team, my nursing staff, and the OCT technician is there with me. So my fellow Sagar is going to present the case. Sagar, please.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Here is a 60-year-old hypertensive male who presented with a history of chronic stable angina NYHA class 2 in October 2018. So he underwent coronary angiography, and the first cine we can see here, which shows around 90% stenosis in proximal LAD. So he had a PCI2 osteoproximal LAD outside with 2.75 by 23 mm science expedition stent. And in the second cine we can see the post-stenting result, which was fairly good. However, again he presented with a history of angina on exertion class 3 at a 9 months of follow-up. We evaluated him, and his ECG did not show any significant abnormality, and also his echo was within normal limit with normal ejection fraction of 60%. So he was subjected to repeat coronary angiography, and in the first cine we can see there is ostial LAD 95% instant restenosis. The same instant restenosis can also be seen in the first cine in the ariocaudal view and the alveocaudal view. His RCA was non-dominant, we can see here, and it showed around 95% stenosis in the mid segments. So we had decided to go ahead with PCI2 LAD instant restenosis. So let's move ahead, go ahead with the procedure. Thank you.
So this is basically a case who had drug-eluting stent, giants across the proximal LAD, and at 9 months of follow-up has a significant in-stent restenosis. First cine, please. First cine, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very interesting case. I'm Goran Stankovic. Here with me is Dr. Luvar Murasato, Dr. Vlad Savic, Tanvir Rao, Francesco Burgota, and Neil Fall. So what would be your strategy? Predilate to imaging and then stent across, or?
That's right. That's right. So this is the first angiogram which we have taken just now. We have crossed LAD and also a wire across the left circumflex. It's a BMW wire which we could cross across. Next view, please. And then we have dilated with a 2.5 20 millimeter balloon across the in-stent restenosis. Next, please. And this is the result after balloon dilatation. So let's go ahead for the imaging of the left main to LAD, and meanwhile, before going live, we have done the OCT imaging from left main to LCX. Can you run the OCT image for the LCX? Let's go ahead.
Yeah, we can use Holm and Francesco
So,
expert for OCT.
So this is the LCA which I had taken just to have an idea about in case there any plaque or canal shift later on. We can very well compare it with the baseline OCT across the left circumflex. Ostium of the LCX seems to be okay in this OCT run. Can you step at the point where the LAD is visible?
Niels, why do you think it's so important to do in both ranges?
Okay, so now we are
Yeah.
across the LAD.
Well, at this time we're both informed about attack composition both the surgeon and also at the activity as much as that made at this time. But we could see that the stent lipid transformation, not that much calcium and not that much density at this time. Very narrow LED ostium and could cause problems if you decide to stent across that and rewire. So I think that is important to go on with opening the LED ostium.
So
Other questions, comments? One other comment: if you have an almost inclusive stenosis around the OCT catheter when you want to assess, for example, here in the LAD, then it could facilitate the imaging pre-dilate first, so have a really good pre-dilate back preparation also, then you can evaluate the back preparation aggressive with the OCT and do it after the back operation. Do you think we can use gut plane analysis for the optimal research?
So
You could do that. Gut plane analysis.
can you show the
where
OCT,
you measure
display the
opening
OCT?
From a pullback where you measure the opening of the side branch. You could do that, but I think it's the important timing to do that is actually at the end of the procedure where you need to evaluate if you have achieved an optimal expansion, and you can only do it a pullback from the vessel crossing that side of the takeoff and resting. Normally we would recommend, in particular if you're doing technique, go ahead and evaluate both vessels at the end of the procedure at least, because you get much more informed about other things that are going on and could lead to optimal expansion. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Reyes,
So, okay.
Following your OCT pullback.
So fine, any comment about what type of in-stent restenosis it is? Distally, of course, it's a homogeneous, but proximally there is atherosclerosis, there is a lipid core as well, so it's a fibrolipidic in-stent restenosis, which seems to be a characteristic of early in-stent restenosis of a drug-eluting stent. So any comment about the type of in-stent restenosis on the OCT with the duration of in-stent restenosis in, say, drug-eluting stent or bare metal stent? Any comment from the chair?
Okay. I think the question here is what is actionable with these images?
Can you run it? Run it? Run it?
This image looks like good fibrotic tissue, but the actionable questions are: do we have calcium inside the stent? Do we have calcium outside the stent? Is the old stent underexpanded? Because if you have an underexpanded stent with calcium on the outside, you really face difficulties in expanding the old stent, and you need to do a very, very thorough job before you implant the next stent. So the actionable questions are: do we have underexpansion, and do we have calcium either inside or outside that stent? And that needs to be determined before
So
you implant.
can you see the size of the vessel distally?
Expansion of the old stent before you do that.
So we don't have any.
Normally, this stenosis is caused. I have a comment from Dr. Murasato. This stenosis is caused by proximal edge stenosis because the LAD stent has a gap to the LAD ostial. So in the proximal edge, severe intraproliferation, in some degree, low interCO3 area can be found. So in Japan, we performed the directional coronary atherectomy and aggressive atherectomy for this region and treated with DCB. However, in India, there is no DCA. So I proposed the cutting balloon into this region and the directly coated balloon without element crossover stenting.
So what will be your strategy in your experiment?
Okay, so one thing, we don't have any calcium across even outside or inside the stent. So that's something good. We will be able to dilate it very well. And regarding the reason for in-stent restenosis, as the size of stent was 2.75 and EEL diameter, it's coming to be 3.25 to 3.45. So basically it's an undersized stent, and as you rightly commented about, there is a part of in-segment restenosis at the ostium, secondary to the process of neointimal hyperplasia. Any comment about, say, cutting balloon over here? Because after dilating with a 2.5 millimeter balloon, we do have a good amount of neointimal tissue inside the intraluminally, inside the stent. Can you give the cutting balloon 2.5? So let me go ahead and have a cutting balloon across the in-stent restenosis.
time there's not really a very good answer to that in this type of fibrotic lesion if we need to pull out the really heavy tools. I think the question here is that how far can you get with your plaque preparation just also using your regular non-compliant balloons, maybe scoring balloons if you have access to that. The crucial OCT evaluation step is the step immediately before you want to implant the stent, where you check that you have now achieved sufficient expansion of the O-stent and that you have dissected sufficiently the plaque material that you have in the lumen. If you can really verify that you have multiple dissections into the plaque and you have a good expansion of the O-stent, then we don't know at this time, but it's a very good chance that implanting a new stent will be superior to drug-coated balloon treatment in those cases. Drug-coated balloons should probably, in the future, where we have a much better evaluation of these cases,
Give me that
with
3 millimeter balloon.
remove the plaque material, and then you could face other choices.
So which size and length of cutting balloon you selected now?
So I have selected 2.5 millimeter cutting balloon, but I am not able to push it across. So let me try the 3 millimeter non-compliant balloon first, and then to push the cutting balloon across.
So better preparation of the ostium and then cutting balloon.
That's right, that's right.
But for the panel, what are we scientific information we have about treatment of stenosis in the proximal LAD? I think what we have is stenting.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Any comment about that? We
15,
have the risk
20.
model coming
Negative.
from Spain, where they found that the drug-eluting balloon is a good option for mid-sized vessels. But for a main
20.
vessel, like the proximal LAD, it's felt that restenting is better.
Okay, go ahead, 20.
I think from our point, if we have cases that are more narrow than this one, if you have truly underexpanded stent with calcium on the outside, you really have discussed it with the surgeons up front if it's a Lima graft instead, because that's
For the wire.
more.
I agree, we have to prepare, but after that, with question,
It's not a question here. I agree.
Well, for when under expansion is over there, we are now considering the valuable shock wave. This is outside the recommendation, but we really
Let's go for the cutting.
the efficiency of this technique, even in stents that have been implanted a long time ago. So we have been able
I
to
agree.
expand a stent.
So okay, we have dilated with 3 millimeter non-compliant balloon, and still I do have some difficulty in crossing the cutting balloon across. Let me see. Yeah, so I could cross it. Test, please. Okay. Go ahead. So this is a 2.5, go up to gradually up to 11 and negative. 11. Any comment of, say, cutting balloon in a fibrotic ostial LAD lesion? Negative. So we have dilated the in-stent restenosis, stented segment. Just hold. Okay, and go ahead. 11. Negative. Okay. OCT. So let me see what the result of cutting balloon and also the non-compliant 3 millimeter balloon across the in-stent restenosis by repeating the OCT imaging. Yes, please. Okay, so just run the OCT. So with the help of cutting balloon, we could ablate to certain extent the near intimal tissue, which is far better compared to what it was following 2.5 millimeter balloon dilatation. Okay. Fine. And what's the size? Size is coming how much? Approximately over here, yeah. .4. Okay, so any comment about over here to go ahead for say drug-eluting balloon or drug-eluting stent, and in case it is drug-eluting, which one? There's some disconnection. आगे का तो ठीक है डॉक्टर साहब. हेलो. 3 का ही लेते. 328 हाँ 333.
डिस्टल कितना है, लेंथ कितना है? डिस्टल 3.25 लेंथ में.
हेलो. थर्टी नहीं लेफ्ट में तो जाना है. आई थिंक 33 इज फाइन. 333. Can you hear us? दे. लेफ्ट में तो एलईडी लगा देता हूँ मैं.
अच्छा.
एक मिनट रुक. Can you hear us? There is some problem in the audio transmission. Hello. Last scene बताना. I think with this disease should we go ostially or left main?
Left main to
Can you get the spider view? Spider. Ostium पे भी जा सकते हैं, है ना?
clear कर देंगे.
Clear है, I think. This is fine. Let's go ahead for the ostium. If required, we can go ahead. So now 333 is fine, I think.
Oh.
Let's go with 333.
333.
इसका थोड़ा चेंज करो व्यू, कैमरे में नहीं आ रहा है. एपिक्वाडल, एपिक्वाडल. There is some problem in audio. They are connecting. Fine, fine.
Probably not here.
Hi. Now, okay. I am.
Other device, I guess.
I can hear you.
You can hear us, Dr. Ray?
Okay, I can hear you now very well.
Yeah.
Can you hear and see me?
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah, we can hear you also well.
fine.
Comments here were that cutting balloon 2.5 was probably undersized and we suggested here to use bigger cutting balloons. What you have decided and what is your analysis post-OCT?
See, cutting balloon of a size which is say 3 millimeter in a stent which is 2.75. I'm somewhat skeptical about say getting cutting balloon stuck up there with the stent struts. And therefore, though I did dilate it with 3 millimeter NC balloon, but it's a 2.5 millimeter cutting balloon across, and which I of course did inflate it at 11 atmosphere. The nominal one is around 6. So that is a concern, and therefore I didn't take the higher size cutting balloon over here. The result on the OCT is satisfactory to certain extent, and now I'm going to put a stent across. Now the question is, can you run the last scene? So this is the spider view, and previous one, yeah. So now the question is, should I go ahead with the ostial LAD stenting, or should I extend the stent to the left main as well? Next view is spider.
Yeah, if I can comment from my personal experience, I always tend across, especially in this situation, that we have some angiographic results which also favor partial plaque expansion into the left main. I think it's more predictable, but I want to hear the opinion of other panels. But
I would agree. I would tend to cross into it. Having said that, the game will may be favorable, but I think you need to use a much bigger stent than would be to actually going to the left main. Probably a 3.5 left main. And I don't know the OCT they've shown that, but sure we'll have to slap that for sure that's pretty good. So if you do that, then I think you should extend it to the left main.
and so crossover or center?
I would like that's actually the three just was the standing because only LED ostial region, L1, L region, and the agencies we have in the left main and the ostial. So, direct aggressively in the LED ostium with the tachypyron using a 3.5 mm tachypyron, and then the corticosteroid release for the LED ostium.
Ralph,
Okay.
how the stent to the left main because cancer system restenosis is very high in the
Fine, fine. So let me go ahead.
So what you select, what you gonna do?
So what I'm going to do is going to put a stent, 3 millimeter stent, 333 from left main to LAD, and going to post dilate it with 3.5 proximally in the LAD and 4.5 in the left main with the pot. That's the plan. Epicaudal. Is it okay? Or do you want me to put a 3.5 millimeter? I feel it's a 3 millimeter is sufficient across left.
Personally, 3.5 at low pressure, nominal, and then for dilate.
So okay, fine. So it's
3.5 platform is easier to expand.
and
easier to expand
okay,
from.
fine. And do you want me to cover whole the LED stand because distally, though it's insignificant, but there is a restenosis as well. So what I had taken is 333, but then it's a 3.533 or 38. 3.538.
What was measured by OCT? OCT may help us deciding that in the
OCT, it's from left, from ostium of the LAD to the distal end, it's coming to be around 32 millimeter. So let me go ahead and take the 38 millimeter, 3.538, and deploy it nominally across the LAD and then to the pot.
So one of the risks if you send the iron now is that for this part not redilate, then you need to go and preparate also this part. I don't think that you need to send this part of yours that's definitely not slow limited. And you don't have, you will not get an edge where you have high risk of head side infection because you only have fibrotic tissue and you have still the old stent and restriction. So the risk of head side infection, you will not have different like at the edges, which you know are the most important predictor of edge restenosis. So I think it's safe to have a stent in kind of use and edge in the middle and what you
Test.
can cover the infections that you have already pre-dilated.
So this is what the positioning of the stent, distally covering whole of the stent. Let's go ahead. Stop. Negative.
So
Inflate.
the question here from the audience is that if you intend to expand the stent
10,
proximally
10,
to
12.
12.
with a 4.5 balloon, and actually you're using the expedition platform, is that correct? Or is it Sierra?
No, it's an expedition.
Expand to about 4.6, 4.7? What?
So
Expedition.
it's an expedition.
4.3.
Again, 12.
3.0 platform. So you need to look at
12.
Negative.
that's enough with 4.3 because if the vessel is larger than 4.3, that will be too small in the vessel. Sorry.
So I have used a 3.538 expedition.
No problem. Sorry for the confusion.
No, it's good. Let us information. So now
Let me give 4.5. 4.
to achieve adequate diameter inside the elastic.
Yes. So I'm going to do the pot with 4.5 millimeter balloon.
The question is, question is though, I think that the length of the left knee is too short to do a problem for the car.
So we have taken the 8 millimeter balloon.
8 millimeter or 6 millimeter,
No, it's a 8 millimeter.
you to do the first.
Which
Length of the balloon.
it's a 8.
Don't have 6,
Go ahead.
So 8 is maybe a bit long. I don't know.
12 negative.
and of course we don't
don't want the balloon outside the stent.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a quantum apex balloon, 4.5 into 8 millimeter, been inflated for the pot. Let me have a look.
You went to which pressure? What was the pressure?
It's a 12 atmosphere nominal.
What pressure do you use?
It's a 12 atmospheric pressure. And this is the result across epicranial. Some NTG, please. Left circumflex ostium seems to be okay. Any comment about that?
Yeah, probably you moved a bit the carena, so we have what we call ovalization of the curve, but I'm very confident that it's not significant.
Okay. Let me see the distal LAD.
Yeah, main question is if you stop now or you recross and transform it.
How will you?
So distally it's a fine OCT. Let's have the spider. Spider.
Maybe now OCT may jump
So this is the spider view, and let me go ahead for the OCT. Apicaudal, please.
definitely on geographic cancerine.
Just to tell you, you have 8 minutes remaining.
Okay. So
You are done.
However, during my practice, what I do is try to limit as much as possible the number of assessments in order to limit the conscious amount. In this particular situation, I mean, if you also stand, so with also stand plasma under stand, so I would prefer to perform my pressure not the first, but the water way inside the stand, and then
Yeah, let's see what the first goes down. I mean, yeah, let's first see what we get now.
based on the experience that when you perform such a step, most of the time you have something to optimize. So I believe I know the plan
And keep polarization inside the training. Overlap.
So this is the OCT run.
So we actually covered nicely the ion exactly.
Distal end. Distally we are fine without any dissection. And here the stent starts covering the older stent very well. So this is the end result. Any comment about? Stent is well opposed across the holes, left main to LAD.
The first contact of stand cannot be observed. So please try again. The location of the camera is located, should be located more closely. So if you focus on the one other thing, normally when you just sliding off the
Can you show the ostial LCX? इसी में
decided, Dr. A, what would you do now?
I think the LAD stent is well opposed with a 3.5 size, and we have already done the pot, though there is some blood across the left main. We couldn't optimize the left main stent. Rest of the results seems to be satisfactory. Any comment about? What do you feel like?
I agree that it is good. There is a remaining question, which is debated in the world of bifurcation, which is, do we have to leave the strut on the circumflex? So what is your position? You leave the strut in front of the circumflex, or you try to remove?
Okay. So, usually when the flow across the left circumflex,
We have two questions.
please. So here I don't want to do any dilatation of the left circumflex ostium, as the flow is good. There is no shift of any plaque across the LCX. The result seems to be satisfactory, and there is no need to have the further dilatation of the LCX ostium.
But this was really great demonstration of inside the ISR treatment that you offer for the LAD. And we are just 1 minute left of the treatment. Is there some questions or comments? If not, we would like to really thank you for excellent demonstration, and thank you very much for
Thank you.
supporting this treatment.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.